All right, we're live. Fantasy football. What's up, folks? How's everybody doing out there? Oh, my goodness. What a crazy week, huh? It really was a crazy week.
I actually thought it went kind of according to plan.
Really?
Or at least my plan.
So you got all your picks right?
I think I missed 3. But the 3 I missed, the 3 I missed were kind of like, I kind of was out, like, going out on a limb. Like, the Bengals to beat the Browns I picked, which didn't happen. But it was close.
Yeah.
Raiders I picked to beat the Bucks, and then they got stomped.
Yeah.
And then I picked the Seahawks to beat the Cardinals, which by all means they should have, but they blew it. So
yeah. And then Dallas. You took Dallas. Unbelievable. Nobody takes Dallas.
There's a lot of good games this week.
I don't think I meant to take Dallas. I didn't take them in my pick'em. I was just looking at my pick'em from last week. So maybe I changed my mind. I don't remember.
So anyway, let's review that. I was the only one that picked the Giants on Thursday night last week, and I'm the only one that lost. Everybody else, I know, but I almost had it twice.
Yeah,
I told Chipper that. I said, man, if that Ingram makes that catch, run the clock out, they're done. I swear. But anyway.
I mean, wasn't that like Tom's Mark My Words game or whatever? Like something about them not scoring any points?
His was Rodgers this week at least.
Well, he said something about them not scoring any point. Like it would be like a 6-3 game.
You guys had a couple of them. Yeah, it wasn't a 6-3 game, that's for sure. And then Carolina, Mark and I had Carolina, but everybody else had the Saints. That was probably a good choice because they pretty much had
close one though. I mean,
it was
3-point game, I think.
Yeah, it was. Then you had everybody took Buffalo, and it's a good thing because the Jets just cannot put it on.
But that was a close one, actually.
It was closer than it needed to be.
The Jets were actually up, I think, at the beginning of the fourth quarter, and then it was 12-10 for a while, and then I think the Bills scored a late touchdown. So
that's crazy. Yes, a bunch of field goals. And then this one was split last week, Pittsburgh and the Titans. Pittsburgh just dominated, which to maintain the only undefeated team in the NFL right now.
But they almost blew it.
Dominated. Like a missed field goal didn't tie the game.
That's true.
They didn't dominate at all.
Treating your body to natural, nourishing, elaborate goodness.
What is that? What is that noise?
Made for men using the finest ingredients that
I don't know. Can you mute people?
Yeah, I can mute Tom.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I mean, Pittsburgh dominated the first, 2.5 quarters or whatever it was? I think they were up like freaking 24-3 or something like that. But, yeah, it came down to the wire.
Yeah, I don't think it was a domination. I knew it wouldn't be a domination, though. It just worked out that way. I tell you what was a dominant game was the next one was Dallas and Washington. Yeah. Washington just killed them.
Yeah, I mean, I think Dallas is done. I don't think they have good leadership on that team, like especially now that Dak is gone. I just don't think they have that presence. I don't know. At this point, I don't know. I mean, you can blame McCarthy all you want, and maybe it is his fault, but I almost just feel bad that he's part of that.
Well, their defense, seriously, they do not play defense.
I know, and
I think a lot of credit needs to be given to Dak because there's a lot of Dak haters out there, and the fact that like they are this bad without him. Because I mean, Andy Dalton was a starter like a year ago, so I mean, the fact that he couldn't do anything nearly what like Dak was doing, like. And Dak was giving Dallas a chance at winning games.
Yes, exactly. That's just it. That shows you how bad their defense really and truly is.
It brings up an interesting point about, or I heard someone saying this, like, because he wanted the contract from Dallas, and they kept franchise tagging him. Now, if I'm him, I'm kind of like, you know what? I don't want that contract from you guys. Like, even when I was straight balling out, we couldn't win a game because I was having to score 50 points. And then if I go out for 2 games out of the year, it means we're going to lose by 40. Like, if I'm Dak, I just start looking around.
Hey, he can come to Carolina. I'm good with that.
Heck yeah.
I'll take him.
There's a lot of teams that would pay for him too.
Yeah, I know. We'll take him. Green Bay and Houston.
Tom's
Mark.
back. You can unmute him now.
No, I can't. He has to unmute himself. You'd have to unmute yourself, Tom. Mark, you took the Houston Texans and you were wrong. Green Bay won.
Yeah, Rodgers bounced back.
Yeah, thank God.
Last week was a fluke.
Thank God. What about this one? The Lions and Falcons. The Falcons just cannot win. I mean, Steven, you picked the Lions, but oh my God,
did.
you're the only one.
And they shouldn't have won. Accidentally scoring a touchdown lost them the game. Isn't that crazy to think?
That is weird.
Because you could tell right as Gurley, right as he went in,
I know.
because they let him score.
I know.
And I think he was like somewhat surprised for whatever reason, and then as soon as he scored, you could just tell in his face he was like, "Oh shit!"
He tried not to.
I know.
Sort of.
But how do you realize? Why did he not going into that play?
Into the huddle?
They might let me score, and I shouldn't here.
Yeah.
I'm sure they talked about it, right? They had to talk about it.
Well, that's the thing, but his emotions probably just took over in the middle of the play. When you see touchdown, you probably just I need to score. No matter what you talked about beforehand.
That's why I think they didn't talk about it. Or maybe they talked about it 3 plays prior. Hey, if we get to this situation, don't score. And then he wasn't thinking about it because there's no way they went in the huddle and was like, all right, don't score. And then he just runs in shit. Did the one thing they told me not to do.
Fantasy.
They're tanking for Trevor. That's part of their play.
I don't know how they can beat out the Jets at this point, but
they're working at it. Them in Dallas.
I know, but they already have 1 win. I can't picture the Jets winning a game.
Well, no, the Jets' master plan is to not fire Gaze and they will keep losing games.
True.
Yeah.
But you know what they're going to do?
Oh, we're keeping it.
They're going to force poor Trevor to stay in college another year. Because I swear, if they have first pick, he's not coming out.
Didn't he say that, or was that not really
much?
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen that quote.
Without saying it, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that he blatantly said it, but I think you kind of in his words, he basically said you never know. Someone asked him if he was going to come back if the Jets got the pick, and he said you never know.
Yeah.
Oh no, we know.
Yeah, but it's that would seriously suck for him.
Now Atlanta, I could see him in Atlanta and do really well. If the Jets do happen to win one, I could definitely.
They're not going to start him in Atlanta though, unless they.
Well, that's true. Good point.
Well, they're already talking about shopping Julio and Matt Ryan.
Really?
This season. Granted, those things don't always work out. That's not the easiest things to pull off because there's a lot of money tied to those two. Yeah. And if you think Matt Ryan is fading or if he's not the best quarterback in the league, I don't know if you want that salary on yours, but
he's actually doing pretty damn good. He would offer a lot to a lot of teams, though, I think.
They'd have to go together because he should.
I don't think it's all him.
Well, I think if you get him, granted, a healthy Browns, you add Matt Ryan to that over Baker Mayfield, you have a really darn good team. Defense still not great, but I mean, Matt Ryan with those weapons and saying Chubb and if Beckham were healthy, I can see something like that, but I don't know if the Browns are ready to move on from Baker.
Baker hasn't gotten paid yet, right? Just put him on the bench for a little while.
True.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Baker, he actually beat the Bengals. 2 of us, Scooter and I, took the Browns, and we got it. You guys all took the Bengals.
And he threw for 500 or 5 touchdowns off of 200 yards or whatever it was. How is that even possible? I was in such good position.
Because the Bengals defense is bad.
Really bad.
Really
I know,
bad.
but they weren't letting up a bunch of yards. Was the offense turning the ball over?
I mean, Odell wasn't even healthy for that game, and he put up those numbers. That's how bad the Bengals defense is.
That's true. What about the next game, Seattle and Arizona? That everyone was surprised on that one because we all picked Seattle, huh?
Yeah, I don't think you could realistically pick Arizona to beat them, but it was an awesome game, and Seattle blew it. And Seattle blew it in a game that Russell Wilson doesn't lose. We've talked about that a few times on here before.
Mm-hmm.
Russell finds a way to win those games, and he didn't. I mean, not that it was all his fault. I mean, he got sacked a few times in I think overtime in the fourth quarter, but that was awesome.
Yeah,
What did he? 3 interceptions. Yeah, 3 interceptions. He hadn't done that in 3 years. That's nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just nuts. So, yeah, that's very uncharacteristic. Next one, Steven, you're the only one that picked the 49ers over the Patriots.
That's right. Cam sucks. Y'all are finally going to realize it. He was accurate for the first 2 weeks, and we'll give him credit for that. But
Well, I think the 49ers, I think we may have said it a couple weeks now, but they're finally looking
True.
like the 49ers. Because at the beginning,
True.
we all picked them to win that division, like, easily.
True.
And then they were miserable. And then now they look like old 49ers.
Well, because of injuries.
That's true. That's
I think
fair.
that was a lot of injuries.
no, well, it was. But, like,
Injuries
even-
was a lot in the first 3 or 4 weeks. Also, I'm telling you, it makes a difference when you don't have that preseason. Some teams just, I mean, and that's probably, you're absolutely right, Chipper. They already got done with their preseason. Now they're starting to look like they're supposed to because they've, the first 4 games, if you count that as being preseason, you know.
I wouldn't think that their offense would have been one that would have been super impacted. Same coaching staff, same schemes, same players. Those are the ones that, like, I wouldn't see. Like the Cowboys starting off terrible doesn't truly surprise me. That's a whole new coaching staff. They didn't get the offseason. Like, I think that one makes sense. But yeah, I think injuries, like, maybe they just got off to a slow start, and then, I mean, all of their good players went down.
A lot.
Kittle, Garoppolo, Bosa, the other
Debo.
DN.
Debo's
been in and out all year.
Yeah.
I think they're starting running back. Mustard.
most start.
Yeah, I guess injuries is just. But once again, not all those people are back, but maybe half of them are. So I don't know.
I mean, they lost to the Arizona Cardinals their first game, 24-20. I mean, it's not like it was a bad game, or I mean, then they beat the hell out of the Jets and the Giants. That goes without saying. So I mean, I think they lost 25-20 to Philadelphia. That was a surprise in week 4. But like I said, by that point they had injuries.
Yes.
So
that one was injuries. I think it was the Miami game when Garoppolo was back, and then they got the tar beat out of them. That I think everybody kind of looked at that like, oh God, do they just suck? But maybe Garoppolo just wasn't fully healthy, or maybe I don't know. Maybe he didn't get a full week of practice.
Right. Yep. Okay. So the next to Kansas City over Denver, we all got that. Jacksonville lost to the Chargers. We all got that. The next one, I actually picked the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I was the only one to pick them over the Raiders, and I was right.
You're the only Brady lover.
I'm not saying Brady. Tampa Bay is just good. They were good last year with wins. I mean,
They're good.
They just had the guy that threw to both teams last year.
The defense is
So that was the only problem with
them. For real, and so is the run game. So
I'm serious. And if you give Tom Brady, he proved that in New England. If you give him that, he will win a Super Bowl for you.
Well, and whose synergy's coming back? Old Brady and Gronk.
Mm-hmm.
That's a scary duo if they're gonna keep the synergy going. Because I mean, Gronk, you got to think he was coming back. He didn't even not have an off season. He hadn't played in 2 years, I think. Maybe it was just like 1 year off. But yeah, they've looked much more on the same page.
I'm just saying though, and if you think of it as like the first 4 weeks as a preseason, and now he's in a groove. I'm just saying. I'm not saying he. I'm saying they. That team was really, really good last year. Really good. They had all the pieces, all the players. It was just they had a quarterback that threw to both teams.
that defense did not play like they do this year.
No, they're playing good this year. I have to agree. But you also have Tom
Did
Brady.
they add anybody?
Gives you confidence.
I don't think so. Not that I know of. Nobody.
Maybe they just got a year older, a year more experience.
Great.
Because yeah, those linebackers are incredible. But I mean, I guess we've known about Levante, but Devin White, I think, has taken 2 steps up this year.
And they get Antonio Brown coming too, right?
I know.
Yeah, I know.
We laugh. I laugh about it too, but
know.
he can.
He won't last.
Football.
He won't last. He won't be there.
Yeah, but even if he doesn't last, if he gives them 2 weeks, it'll be productive. That's how it was with the Patriots.
I
He had,
know.
2 weeks of like productive, and they're like, "All right, see ya." He's like, "All right, I'm out."
Thanks for the Thanks for the 56-yard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They need to bring back T.O. Okay, anyway.
Oh, speaking of that, Dez is coming back.
No way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Des.
Baltimore, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Squad, yeah. Isn't
That's
that
cool.
Lamar can't throw the ball, so that's no big deal.
True.
Bears and Rams. Mark and Chipper had the Bears. Everybody else had the Rams. I'm telling you what, that kid, he looks pretty strong.
Foles?
I'm just saying the Rams. I'm serious. I mean, the kid coach, I guess is what I'm saying.
Oh, McVay.
The kid coach. He just, I mean, he figures it out. I mean, he just figures it out. They're going to be the quiet ones, just sitting back and let everything happen, and they'll do.
McVay's crazy smart.
Yeah.
I think all he needs is Goff to not be trash. Because remember, 2 years ago they had like the best offense because Goff was like actually pretty good, but then last year Goff played horrible.
Yeah, you're right.
And it was
I mean,
also
I guess that
after that year that they went to the Super Bowl, it was new. Nobody could figure out how to defend it because it was so different and new. And then they had a whole off season to study and figure it out. So
yeah,
McVay
That's
did after that season. McVay had to do the counter thing.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
But he also could have. I mean, that's what shows about a good coach too. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Golf on any other team would be trash. Period.
True.
Yeah.
I saw some thing that or it was like an interview or something where somebody was like talking to McVay and they were like ask him about I forget how they questioned it or whatever. But it was
play from 1972, right?
Yeah, and he's he tells you exactly what happened on offense, what they did on defense, who it was that was running. It was just everything, and I was just random ass questions, and Duman just remembered it all. It's holy crap, that is insane memory.
No doubt.
Curse or a blessing.
Yeah.
All right, let's go with let's figure this out. We got biggest surprise player and biggest letdown player. What do y'all think on that one? Who do you have for that? Who's going to give it
biggest
to
letdowns Cam. I mean, whether you think he's good or not, I mean that was the absolute most horrendous
Nah,
performance.
that ain't even a letdown, dude. That's just normal.
You didn't let me down. You're right.
He surprised me that he played that well. I'm just kidding. My letdown was I had a few. I think, and not necessarily that it was Josh Jacobs' fault, but just as far as his performance, I was a little upset that he didn't do more. And then Mike Evans, I just think somehow, and then adding Antonio Brown, I just think Mike Evans is just not going to be part of that offense here in a little bit.
Is he cool? You think?
I mean, because granted, he will this week. If you got Mike Evans, play him this week and then sell him because Godwin's out again. So Evans' targets will go slightly up. But even without Godwin, Evans has not been productive. And then if Godwin gets back healthy and then you add Antonio Brown, I think Evans just falls out of that offense.
You might be right.
Yeah. Slide right into Evans' spot except for the 2-yard touchdowns.
Yeah.
That's
what
Evans is just pretty much like a fade runner, right? And Brady can't throw the ball more than 20 yards these days.
He was hurling it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he's kind of the bailout guy, but I guess Brady's bailout guy is Gronk. That's what Jameis. I mean, granted, Jameis threw a lot of picks too, but when Jameis was in trouble, he ended up just throwing that ball towards Mike Evans, and that's where Mike Evans is good.
Right.
He's actually better at catching a jump ball in double coverage than catching a slant.
Right, that's what I'm saying. He's just your fade route runner type of receiver.
Yeah.
If back when Brady was able to throw the ball to Moss, if Brady was in those days, then Evans probably be just destroying people.
Yeah. Evans gets past 15 yards. He gets past 15 yards, and Brady's like, "Oh, dude, come on, come back. I can't get it out there."
That's true. Who else? What do you got? Surprise or best?
Biggest disappointment? definitely.
Sure.
Trent Brown. Trent Brown took off his anklet or whatever those poor guys got to wear, and gave, I mean, it's not his fault that everybody got COVID, but because of that, the league kind of punished the Raiders for two reasons. One of which is you had the World Series. They should have moved the game to yesterday, but come on, yesterday was going to be the World Series, right?
Yeah,
Right.
For that, because they had done that before with the Titans, moved it to Tuesday, somebody else. But Trent Brown doing what he didn't play, but he took out the entire starting line. All those guys weren't wearing the mask, and they all got. This is why your guy Josh didn't. He was running into a brick wall. It was all practice squad guys up there.
Yeah,
blocking. It was true. There was nobody. And they were only down by 4 points at one point.
Yeah,
I mean, it was.
That's true.
That was for me anyway, as an armchair quarterback, if you will. That's what I saw with my team. Biggest letdown was Trent said, I don't need this tracker. And he screwed up, and he probably caught a lot of shit for it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And he probably won't. They probably won't keep him. They can get rid of a lot of dead money at the end of the year.
They were talking about not playing the entire offensive line. That would have been brutal.
Yeah, that's awful.
They didn't practice. You see.
Yeah, that's true. That's
They were
true.
locked out of the facility until Saturday night. Or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they moved it up. Check it out. It was supposed to be Sunday night game, right? And they moved it up because they didn't want to prime time in case it didn't work out. They didn't want it if the game was going to be moved to Tuesday. So it was just a cluster. You know what? I mean, the whole thing. And then with the World Series scheduling and everything, it should have been held Tuesday. And then they would have had everybody. And Trent also took out Jonathan Abrams, right?
Right.
So Trent screwed up.
I love Johnny Banana's comment. Biggest letdown is Daniel Jones running for the end zone.
Oh, that was the best play of the year. So entertaining.
There's some pretty awesome memes from that.
That's what you love to see right there.
I know. But you're right. You're right, Mark. That's a good point on what you said.
Some other pretty awesome memes, and you got to get. I don't know if y'all watch DK Metcalf Hawk.
Oh my
God.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Good.
They said he hit
Lord.
22 miles per hour.
Yeah.
That was so awesome, man.
Well,
I swear.
speaking of that, Daniel Jones on that run is the fastest quarterback speed this year.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
he's faster than Lamar.
He's also the slowest, though. He's
his
also
body
the
just could
slowest.
not keep up with the game. His
He's
legs
the
are fast.
fastest. He's the fastest and the slowest in the same play.
Yeah.
I tell you, here's mine. Biggest surprise player and biggest letdown. Letdown's got to be Russell Wilson with 3 interceptions. That's just not like him. Not that it's a letdown. I was just kind of shocked and I was kind of upset about it. You know what I'm saying? I wish that would have been a little bit better there. But I'm going to tell you that Herbert thanks for that Herbert. I'm telling you what, that was pretty awesome. And the surprise, though, is Mayfield with 5 touchdowns.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Where'd that come from? Yeah.
I wonder.
They didn't give the ball to Jarvis Landry. I think Jarvis Landry should throw a touchdown every week.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to give Baker credit for anything yet.
All right, we
I
got
had
our
Jeff
first one.
Wilson on there too. Jeff Wilson balled out for the 49ers.
Yeah, he did. Do I start Amari Cooper or Brandon Ayuk at flex?
I would go Ayuk because of the situation.
Because of Dallas.
Anything Dallas, stay away from.
I mean, I would.
At this point.
Sad to say that because Amari Cooper is a star, it's really that would be a tough sit.
There you go.
But-
Thanks for subscribing to me, Coop Dog.
But then Ayuk, if he, it depends. Oh, Debo's not playing, is he?
No.
See,
I
they're
don't
going to
think
use Ayuk in that same kind of running back / wide receiver thing. So yeah,
Maybe
think with
Terrell.
Debo,
Maybe Terrell Owens will come back.
Yeah. Because I think Cooper actually has still stayed somewhat productive with these backup and third string quarterbacks.
right. He'll be the first
Right.
to look.
Without Debo, Ayuk has got to be used, right? There's no way around it. And the Seahawks are not like a strong defense, so
Not passing.
I
No.
I feel like Ayuk he's got to ball out.
There you go. And the other one, Blue Crew says, what is that? Half point PPR pick one flex. Melvin Gordon, Cup, Rashard Higgins, and Hollywood Brown.
Pick one. Okay.
Pick one. Pick
Flex.
one.
Cup is the one that comes to mind. Has he still been doing
That's
well?
who popped out to me too first.
He's okay. He's not bad. I mean, I have him in our league, but I mean, I don't know how that works.
He's not
I don't
doing
know.
work like he did at the beginning of the season last year.
No.
All right, what are the names again? Read them all.
Yeah, it's Melvin Gordon, Cup, Rashard Higgins. I think that's Washington's, right?
No, that's
Cleveland.
I knew that. I was just testing. And Hollywood Brown.
So Higgins is interesting now that Odell's out. Your floor would probably be Gordon, right? If you're looking for a floor guy, but I don't know if you're looking for that breakout. I might look Higgins' way, but that's what I would do.
I think I would go. Actually, who do the Browns play? The Raiders. I feel like the Raiders don't have a great defense. They always let them.
Yeah, but I don't see. I mean, without Odell, the passing is not going to get better in Cleveland.
Plus, I'm thinking he. I mean, not that he's going to play as well as Odell, but I mean,
Odell wasn't even doing anything. So
no, but he was getting a lot of targets though, so they got to go somewhere.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, he was catching 2 of the 12 targets. Like it was like Baker can't throw to him.
Higgins this week went 6 for 100. That's without Odell because Odell got hurt in like the first play of the game.
Right, but that's against Cincinnati's pass defense, which is probably the worst in the league.
Johnny Bananas says Higgins as well.
Yeah. I think Higgins, or I mean, I could see Cup too. I mean, Cup's consistently
low.
We got. I will say this: we got miserable Sunday and Monday games. We got Dallas against Philadelphia on Sunday, and then Tampa Bay and the Giants on Monday. That's not going to even be fun. But anyway, how about another one here? We got PPR 10 team. I'm fairly deep at wide receiver. Would you drop Claypool for either Hyde, Dallas, or Malcolm Brown? I'm focused on the rest of the season outlook.
I don't know if I would drop Claypool yet because I feel like Deontay Johnson's still not playing, right?
He's playing, but he's banged up, and
that's what I'm saying. Like, didn't he come out of last week's game halfway through? Like, maybe he made it back in, but he just looks like he's always limping off the field.
And I think you just got to give Claypool a little bit more time to see how he's going to do with everyone there. Like, because Claypool may still be solid even with everyone healthy.
Yeah, and I will say I don't know if we're talking about Dallas Goddard, and you don't have a tight end, then I think that's the route to go. I think that's a top 3 tight end the rest of the year.
Yeah,
as long as Ertz. I mean, but even when Ertz was there, Dallas was getting a lot of touches.
Definitely like Goddard more now.
I don't think they like Ertz in the organization for whatever reason.
No, apparently they don't.
I think I might go with Goddard. And, I mean, freaking Wentz loves those tight ends because I picked up Richard Rodgers this week because both Goddard and Ertz are out.
Yeah.
And he went like 8 for 86 or something like that.
Yeah, there's one of those guys is going to get theirs.
Yeah, Wentz will throw to a tight end. So if Goddard is the guy, and I think he's coming, or they – designated for return this week, so I don't know if that means he's going to be back this week. But yes, looking towards the future, I think I would go Dallas.
Yeah, I guess it depends on who you have at tight end, already. Because if you have like a average to below average, then I'd go with Goddard and drop Claypool. But otherwise, you could just wait out Claypool.
But maybe he's just talking about a flex spot. Because if you have an average to below average tight end, I would just drop that tight end for Goddard.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, probably flex is what he's doing.
Yeah.
So would you drop Hunter Henry for Goddard?
I think I would drop most tight ends for Goddard. So, yeah, I think Hunter Henry falls in that. I don't know if I'd drop Hunter Henry. I don't know how many – I mean, I would keep Hunter Henry on my team.
Right.
But I would start Goddard on a week-to-week basis. If Goddard's healthy, I would start him over Hunter Henry.
So if he's in a good position to just play who he likes best that week, you might want to hold on to Claypool and wait till he goes off again and then try to trade him.
Yeah.
To do that. I wouldn't go with Claypool because
Hunter Henry?
I'm a homer, but
yeah, Hunter Henry's done. Yeah, and it's always fun to have that young stud that's coming out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And Ben will throw to him. It doesn't matter.
Well, he didn't last week. He didn't target him, but
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think that they're going to phase him out for any. They're not at all. He's way too skilled.
He might not get 4 touchdowns every week, but
Yeah, I got that.
yeah. What about biggest team surprise? Falcons, Cowboys.
I put the Cardinals. I
Did
mean,
that
I know
surprise
they're
you,
good.
though? I mean, the Cardinals, they're a good team.
Yeah, but I was actually looking at all of those games. I was trying to pick my biggest surprise, and that's the only one that I was like, I really didn't think that one was going to happen. All the other, I mean, like I didn't pick the Bucks to beat the Raiders, but that doesn't necessarily surprise me that they beat them.
Right.
I didn't pick the Browns to beat the Bengals, but it doesn't surprise me that the Bengals lose another game.
Yeah.
So I think that was my only one that I was like, I didn't think that they were going to win. I really didn't. I'm not surprised, I guess, fully that they did, but I don't know.
But does it make you believe that Arizona's that good, or that Seattle's defense is going to lose them?
I think it shows a little bit of both. I think I don't think it like is very polarizing, or my opinion's not. I think it shows that the Cardinals can beat some of the best teams, and I think it shows that the Seahawks, which we already saw that they were vulnerable by letting up 40 points a game, but sometimes that comes back to bite you.
Yeah.
Russell
I think
has
there's no
one
shot
off game.
Seattle wins like a Super Bowl. I think they could easily win the division. They could make a little run in the playoffs, but they're not going to win a Super Bowl. They're going to get exposed by somebody. If Arizona can beat them,
Yep.
that defense, especially the pass defense on Seattle, is just horrendous.
Yeah, but you know what? That's interesting you say that, because everybody felt that way about Baltimore last year. No one will beat Baltimore. They're going to go all the way, and then Tennessee surprised the hell out of them. I know Arizona already did the early surprise, but I think Seattle definitely has all the pieces to take it. I understand what you're saying. You don't think they're going to go, but I think they could. With that team this year,
Like I said, they could make a little run in the playoffs, but I don't think
You
they
don't
make
think
it
they're
to the
gonna
Super
get it?
Bowl.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, having that unreliable of a defense is tough. I mean, Russell has really had to go into a shootout every single game. Like,
Oh, hey, they just got Carlos Dunlap from Cincinnati.
is that where he went?
Yeah.
I mean, that would definitely help.
Yeah, they did just make that trade or whatever.
Oh, wait. Did he go there? Where did he go? Somebody look that up.
Oh,
If they did, that's a good
Well,
place. They don't have a pass rush. That's a problem. And when
Yeah.
Jamal Adams went out, he was the only one that could get to the quarterback.
Yeah, he went to the Seahawks.
He did. So that's good. So that'll strengthen him up there.
But we got another
Could-
trade there, huh?
Kush says, can someone rate this trade? Receive Julio Jones for Cooper and Ayuk.
I mean, that's tough. It depends. I guess it depends on how good your receiving core is. If you got other good ones and you don't need two, because I like just on paper, I would rather have two pretty darn good wide receivers than Julio. But
I mean,
It's
like we were
stacked.
talking about earlier, whether
Here
we're
you go,
starting
Coach
Cooper or
Jamie.
Ayuk.
If you have enough other wide receivers to fill your spot, I would get you Julio Jones.
Yeah, I would get Julio
Yeah.
as well.
But if you're hurting for roster spots, then you'd want the other side of that. It's a good trade for either.
yeah,
way.
I think that's kind of a win-win. It depends on what you need more.
Who is Ayuk? Is he San Francisco?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
He's
a
a
rookie.
rookie.
Yeah, I know. I know he's a rookie.
He basically balls out every time Debo Samuel's out, and Debo's out next week.
He actually balls out every time that he has the ball in his hands.
49ers absolutely killed the Patriots. You're right. That's for sure. All right. How about Jars? McKinnon or Hasty?
Neither. I'd go Tevin Coleman.
Okay.
Yeah, wait. How desperate are how? I wonder how big of a team a league that is.
No, well, the Hasty or McKinnon will be the start. One of those will be the starter if Coleman doesn't come back, because Mostert's out.
Yeah, but Jeff Wilson just popped off.
He's out.
Oh, he is. He got hurt.
It's San Francisco. You only get 1 week out of it.
True.
1 week, then you're
McKinnon
supposed
was
to sit out.
Yeah, I guess
Okay.
McKinnon was the one who took advantage of it earlier in the season. So I don't know much about Hasty or whatever. So I guess if I had to choose just between those two, we don't know if Coleman is back. Oh,
So-
gotcha.
Yeah. Well, last week Hasty got so if it's a PPR, you might want to go McKinnon, but McKinnon didn't get any carries last week. It was all Hasty whenever Wilson went out. But Wilson went out, I think in the third quarter or something. So it's really not a good tell. If it's a standard scoring, I'd go Hasty for sure.
How about let's just go straight to most improved player. Anybody want to throw something in on that? Mark, tell me who the most improved player is.
That's a good one.
Didn't mean to put you on the spot. Anybody else have one?
Yeah,
Like just over this season, or like
it's
Just
career?
most improved player, right? I mean, like lately, just like in the last couple games or whatever.
I mean, I guess maybe Wentz. He's not absolute shit anymore.
Okay.
He's a little bit shit. He's
Yeah,
not.
he's just like some shit now.
Baker Mayfield with 5 touchdowns.
Now,
I'm not giving
You're not going
not
there.
giving him credit.
I'm
He's
not
still
giving
shit.
Brady. I'm not. I know you want us to say Brady. You designed that question.
No. You know who I want? No, you know who I do want you to say though is Lockett.
yeah. I was
Well, Lockett's not most improved. He just had the opportunity.
He had the best. I mean, he either goes to Metcalf or either goes to Lockett.
Yeah.
I swear to God. I mean, it's
Whoever's
just
not doubled. I'd put Metcalf on defense. That boy.
Yeah.
I play both sides. You want a little help on your defense? That's.
But when you get 20 targets,
yeah.
that's pretty incredible.
Well, yeah, he had 20 targets because he was singled the whole game, and then they never doubled up on him, so he kept throwing to him.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, for me, because I have him in fantasy, I was loving that. So anyway,
If we're talking about from a last week to this week perspective, then I got to go with Rodgers.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
But if we're talking about throughout the whole season or whatever, then not
Yeah.
Rodgers. But
No, I got what you're saying.
Rodgers was my last week's. Mark my words. I got Rodgers wins big and Brady does not, and I was right about Rodgers, really wrong about Brady.
I'll give it. If we're talking about the season, I'll give it to Mike Davis.
Oh, that's good.
It's kind of a
Yeah,
nobody to a stud.
But he kind of
Fantasy
took it. Yeah, no, he kind of took that spot too, though, or that role.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
You don't think he plays when Christian comes back?
No, I mean, Rule tried to say that. I think they're going to slowly work McCaffrey back in. So I think Davis will still get touches, but I think it will be like garbage touches. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be important plays and stuff, but just,
You
I mean,
know-
he's been in the league for a while and he's
Yeah.
kind of been a nobody. And that happens a lot when running backs go down or whoever goes down and the guy doesn't step up. But I really think Mike Davis is taking advantage of that opportunity.
It is nice to see that, especially when it's your hometown team.
Yeah, there you go. How about this? Let's see if these guys play pick 3: Kelly, Carson, Mixon, Sanders, Jay Taylor, PPR.
Kelly, Carson, Mixon, Sanders.
uh,
Jonathan Taylor, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is Sanders playing?
Well, I think he's saying if they play.
Oh, if these guys play. Okay. So I would go Taylor, Sanders, Carson. Right? Who did Mixon?
Yeah, and that's once again, I think that's if we're going to say that they're playing and Carson's going to play the whole game. Because I think last week Carson played, but he didn't play the whole game.
Right.
I think Mixon's. I'm pretty sure Mixon's going to be out. But if he did play,
He'd be
I
hot.
think I'd put him in.
Yeah, I don't think I go Kelly.
No, not Kelly. Too much of a share there.
Yeah. If they all play, I could see Carson, Sanders, Taylor. But I don't mind Mixon being in that.
Right. Mix in a little Mixon.
Mixon. Yeah. I just made a trade for Jonathan Taylor. Actually.
Sanders is
You did. That was
just
a good
high
trade.
risk, high reward. That's the problem with him.
Tennessee's pretty good against the run, though, with Mixon. If Mixon is in.
Yeah, that was the only reason. Well, I mean,
Wait, Tennessee's not good against the run.
no, you can run on Tennessee.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah, they're not that good. Because
Oh,
like
okay.
I picked up Gio Bernard this week because I don't think Mixon's going to play, and I think Bernard's actually going to pop off.
Yeah.
They'll probably catch 10 passes for about 15 yards total.
Yeah.
Johnny Banana says Gronk, he is actually getting targets now.
Oh, I like that for most improved. Yeah, that's a good pick.
Yeah.
Gronk? Yeah.
Me Gronk. Me big.
Like he said, that a boy, nice pick. Who did I pick that he liked? I don't even know when that was.
Who knows?
Who did I pick?
I don't even remember.
Mike Davis, maybe?
Oh.
Maybe, yeah. What about the I told you so moment from last week? Did anybody hit that at all?
I got half of it.
I think I missed both mine. I said Chicago would win, and they got their ass whooped, and then I said Carolina would beat the Saints, and they lost.
I got half of mine right. I said that DeAndre Swift was going to ball out. I think I put like a total of like 25 fantasy points in that they would beat the Falcons. And he played well, but he didn't get 25 fantasy points. But they did beat the Falcons, so that counts.
Yeah. All you got to do is play them, and you beat them.
Just in the fourth quarter.
That's true.
Who has Mahomes in our league?
Me.
What's it, Steven?
Who are you playing this week?
I don't know. Lock, maybe?
Because
Yeah, you are.
Who's your other quarterback?
he's playing
Tua?
the Jets.
Tua?
Yeah.
Interesting, because
Why don't you put both of them
Mahomes
in?
will probably
He's only
have
gonna play half a
good
game.
fantasy day. He'll be just fine. But that's my words for next week is that he gets benched. And it might
Oh,
even
yeah.
be the third quarter.
Yeah, I think so, too.
True. I
That's
still
what-
think he'll get his
what the league's
projected
doing.
63, though.
Probably. He can do that in the
Just running the ball. He didn't have to throw it.
But actually, speaking of Tua, that's my mark my words for next week. Are we done with all the I told you so's from last week?
Yeah, let's do I told you so. How about Mark? Let's do a mark my word.
Well, I already
How about a
jumped
mark?
mine in there.
You put yours in there?
I already jumped mine in there.
Okay.
Mine's Tua's gonna throw for 250 and 3 total touchdowns and a
Ooh,
win.
nice line.
Yeah.
You think he throws
can,
for 3?
Well, 3 total. I think he's
Okay.
gonna run one.
Yeah, he could run one.
Maybe 2. Maybe all 3 will be runs. He's gonna score 3.
And who is this? Who'd you say? I'm sorry, I just didn't hear the first
Tua.
part.
Whatever.
Tua?
his name is.
Oh yeah. No, you have to say his name right, or you can't have him. You have to give him back.
Tuga
You have to give him back.
Who's,
All right,
who's your mama?
So, all right. So I know I'm jumping early to the picks for this week, but I have to see Chipper has picked the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I thought for sure his mark my moment was going to be the Giants beating the Tampa Bay.
Here's my mark my words because I didn't say it, but my mark my words is that oh my God, what's his name? Lamar Jackson is going to have 175 passing yards, and their team as a running whole is only going to have 100 yards total. They're going to get absolutely stomped this week.
Hey, I'm down with you. You can come over and watch that game with me. I'll buy your beer.
I'm in. I'm sold.
I just don't think that. I mean, I have to say that Pittsburgh's going to lose at some point, and this is a good time for that to possibly happen. So,
No,
I'm the-
this one makes
I'm
too
the-
much sense.
I'm the only one that picked Baltimore to win.
I agree with you. They're not going to go undefeated, but I think this is like the
Not
easy
the
one that
week.
people are going to be like, oh, yeah, they'll lose to the Ravens. They're good. Like, no. They're going to lose to like the freaking
Browns.
Cincinnati Bengals or something.
Yeah.
Somebody like
Yeah,
that.
somebody in their division. That's right.
Yeah.
Somebody in their division.
Like that game
I
that
think this is
Rodgers
going to be
had.
an absolute stomp, like a 45-3 game.
Wow.
Like
Yeah.
absolutely, just Baltimore can't do anything.
Wow.
And then the next week they play the Bengals or something, and Burrow, they can't handle it.
Yeah,
Well,
you're right. Like Denver
I
in
mean-
the playoffs. Tim Tebow with 3.
Denver.
God, that makes me want to throw up every time I think about that.
How many completions did he have in that game? Like 3?
Yeah, for like 300 yards.
Yeah.
It was like stupid.
As long as Pittsburgh does not lose to the Jets, I'm good. Please don't be that team. I know they
Yeah.
always lose to the team that's upsetting or whatever, but man, please don't do that.
And then anyway, to go back to picking Tampa Bay, I mean, the Giants are just the Giants. Like they couldn't even beat Philadelphia this week.
I
So
know. Seth says, "Oh my God, I just saw Boston Scott, Joe Mixon, and Chris Carson on the waivers in one of my leagues."
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah, wait. Yeah.
Go
use
get
a
'em all.
waiver. Use a
Yeah,
waiver.
all three of them.
Yeah,
I mean, Boston Scott's a 1 week play, but Mixon and Carson rest of season? Dang.
how many y'all got? Like 6 teams in your league? Why are these people out there?
I love it. Dog says, "Didn't he have like 80 yards pass on a slant route to win the game?" Yes, he did.
Yes.
Let's talk about Tebow.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
was that his name was Dogs? You don't
Yeah.
remember, but he's a Browns fan. He's just,
No, he's
Oh, no,
actually,
it's
it's actually
Georgia.
Georgia.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's a Falcon fan.
No. He don't like the Falcons.
I know. I'm just kidding. That's G, right?
Yeah.
That's funny. All right, so
I think
where
his
were we?
preferred team's actually the Broncos and Pro, but he doesn't really like Pro that much.
What about Mark My Words? What do we got? Mark, what do you got for Mark My Words?
Mark,
Tua's going to have a big game. How about
Okay. You got to give me some numbers. Give me some numbers.
that?
so you're gonna beat Steven's line or less?
Yeah.
Steven's line is
Yeah,
250
he's doing
and 3
better.
touchdowns.
250 total of 3.
I'm going to say that he runs for 75 yards.
Okay.
Wow.
That's a nice
Okay.
line.
Yep.
Write that down. Mark that down on your sheet.
I got that down on my pad.
All right.
Mark your words, Mark.
Mark your mark.
75
Tell me,
yards.
tell me, boy, do you have any more to your mark your words, or what do you got there?
No, just that Mahomes gets benched by the third quarter.
That's it. Okay, so you did give a number, third quarter. Okay, so we got a number in there. Chipper, did you give yours? I can't even remember.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson
Yeah.
throws for 175 yards as a team for Baltimore. They only rushed for 100 yards total,
And
and they get stopped 45-3.
I am endorsing that, Mark.
That's hilarious. That is just
I threw a lot of numbers out there.
Yeah, that's an ass whooping.
Yes, you
Yeah.
did.
You got a freaking parlay going.
Right. It's like, well, you missed the first 3, but you got the next 7 right. So
As long as he's not playing from behind.
And I have Baltimore winning. That's my mark my words. Baltimore's going to beat Pittsburgh by
Okay, so
5.
this is the first time we have clashing. Mark my words, right?
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
I mean, really.
I think it's going to be an awesome game. I'm looking forward to watching that one. That's a 1:00 game, though, isn't it?
It
Tom?
is.
Yeah. Yeah.
If by awesome you mean ass
Well-
whooping, then I agree.
Well, it might be a Tuesday game. Who knows?
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about the World Series or anything in the way.
No,
so-
who was it? It was Buffalo that tested positive this week, and they got a bye. That was good timing.
Yeah.
They planned it
That's
that
why
way.
they did it.
Yeah.
Oh no, Buffalo doesn't have a bye.
Oh.
Who was it that had a, or was it? No, they're on a bye this week.
Well, they do. They're playing the Patriots, so they really do have a bye.
They won't need a starting offensive line.
Right, exactly.
Oh,
Chip is right, Broncos fan, but back when we had Elway and TD as a running back. Okay, well, yeah, pick their Super Bowl years. Heck yeah. All right, Seth says Cole Beasley, Devontae Parker, and T. Higgins. Pick 2.
T
Ooh,
for sure.
Those are nice.
I think
Devontae, I don't know with his new quarterback.
Yeah.
but-
that's what I was gonna say. I
but,
actually like Devontae Parker's skill set best out of all 3 of these.
yeah.
But I assume Tua is gonna want to throw to someone like Devontae Parker, but we really just don't know.
So here's the thing: Devontae Parker could have the biggest out of those 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he could also have the lowest.
Right.
Right.
High risk, high
Going
reward.
to give you the same amount of points every single week. So if you're looking for somebody just to cush it and you want an easy 10 points or whatever, that's your guy. And then
Beasley, doesn't he get a lot of targets? I mean, every
Yeah.
time
Yeah.
I look up, he's
He
getting so
caught,
many
he caught
targets.
11 passes for like 100 yards last week. So 21 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think T. Higgins in the highest passing offense volume or whatever. So,
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to be slinging the ball around. T's got good opportunities.
Yeah.
And
But yeah, I think
they like T down in the red zone too. He gets a lot of those targets.
Yeah. Joe Burrow, 293 attempts. 293 attempts. That's crazy.
Yeah.
All you got to do is have Dak go out, and then you can win that category. Although Matt Wrighton has 286 attempts.
Yeah. God, when you have those bad defenses like that, like you don't even have a choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just playing catch up the whole game. And it's
Yeah,
not like
true.
Burrow throws a whole lot of interceptions to put them like in binds. Like, I mean, I think he's had like one a game for like 5 games, but like he doesn't throw more than that. So it ain't like it's him putting his defense in bad spots.
You know what's impressive though is with Russell Wilson has 22 touchdowns so far. That's pretty outstanding.
He tied the record with Peyton?
I think so.
Peyton
I think
Peyton's first year with the Broncos.
That's pretty incredible.
Through the first 7 games or whatever. Yeah, that's pretty
new team
awesome.
or something.
And Kirk Cousins and Carson Wentz both have that many interceptions. So, but the top in completion percent, who do you think it is? Very, very efficient quarterback. Very efficient.
The Raiders. Yeah, he's still doing it.
He's third. Drew Brees.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. He's the guy.
Yep.
Okay, hold on. Now we got another one. Amari Cooper,
Oh,
Cooper Kupp, T. Higgins, Devontae Parker, and Cole Beasley. Pick 3. Well, there's too many Coopers.
True. I still put T. Higgins for sure.
I think Devontae Parker as well.
Yeah, if you want that high ceiling for that matchup for the new guy.
Yeah.
Beasley, if you need 10 points. I would probably stick Amari Cooper and Cooper Kupp out of that. That is weird coming out of my mouth.
I think
it is kind of like Cooper's just so scary because of how bad Dallas is like right now.
I know.
I like T. Higgins the best. Cole Beasley gives me my floor, right? He's going to get you 10 to 15, guaranteed.
Yeah.
And then I think I go Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
Just because I think Devontae and Amari Cooper, there's question marks with quarterback at that point, or like synergy with both of them. Cooper, we know there's synergy. I don't know that he's going to do well, but at least I'm comfortable that the quarterback.
Cooper does get at least like 7+ targets every game, I think.
Yeah.
So.
And Dallas plays
bad.
Philadelphia. And Cooper Kupp's playing against the Dolphins. Yeah.
So here's something interesting to bring up. Guess who has the most average in our league, the most per game fantasy points?
Who?
Yeah, guess.
Like, you talking about individual players, or you talking about like us, our team?
No, our
okay.
league. Which quarterback has the most average?
Quarterback. Now you're narrowing it down.
Oh, I didn't say.
Kyler or Russell Wilson, right?
Yeah, well, Kyler's third, and Russell Wilson is first.
Yeah.
And second,
It's
Herbert.
Justin Herbert.
Yeah, Herbert. Yeah.
Rookie Justin Herbert. I was thumbing through it today just to see where my guy ranked.
Yeah.
And Tannehill surprised me. He's doing that much more better than Ben. But I was like, Justin Herbert popped out at me. I was like, that's impressive.
Yeah, I think he was on a couple of my mark my words his first couple weeks. But then just like I didn't watch the game, but I checked the same stat. I think I checked last week's stats, and Herbert got like 75. I was like, good Lord.
Yeah, I know. Rodgers got me 63, and he got me 75. I was like,
oh, you have him?
Yeah.
Oh, why are you playing Rodgers?
Why am I playing Rodgers? That's easy. I mean, it's hard to trust a rookie. I do. I told Mom. She said I need a quarter. I said I got one.
Yeah.
I mean,
She won't give up anything good though.
No, I know.
You have my backup kicker. It's like, why do you even have a backup kicker? I don't want to trade for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know you had Herbert sitting on your bench.
I do.
You're going to get a bunch of trade requests here in the next 10 or 15 minutes.
I'm fine with that. I mean, seriously, I need a running back till McCaffrey comes back and something to give me something.
That's why I had to make a move on a running back because McCaffrey is coming back. Because I've been riding this Mike Davis trade. I knew it was going to end at some point, but now that he's eligible to return or whatever, I was like, you know what? I was like, it actually worked out kind of perfect because I had 5 receivers and 5 honestly really good receivers.
Yeah.
And I was trying to look for someone that'd be willing to give up a running back, and I found Scooter, who had I think 4. So his flex spot was a running back. And he had 4 good ones. So I was like, you know what? Let me see if I can get one of these off of him. So we did receiver for one. Our flex spots we traded. That was one of the first times I think a trade has gone through easy peasy for me though. Our league is just so hard to trade in.
You think? I just don't think we do it enough.
I just think because we have the position limits.
Yeah.
Other than that, if me and Scooter didn't if he didn't have an extra running back, if he had already had an extra wide receiver,
you wouldn't be able to.
Then we couldn't have done that trade.
Yeah.
So that's what makes it hard. I do think we don't attempt them enough as well. But every time I start looking at trades, I always get into those situations.
Jack Anderson says, out of these 3 running backs, who should I trade? Taylor, Robinson, or Carson?
Oh wow.
Carson?
Yeah, depending on what's the trade? What are you getting?
Yeah. Well, no, he's.
Right?
I assume that's Jonathan Taylor, James Robinson. And
Carson is who I would try to see
Yeah.
what you can get for.
Yeah.
James Robinson's balling. I think Jonathan Taylor has not hit his peak yet. I don't think he's even playing well yet.
That's
and
a
Chris
good
Carson is
quarterback.
banged up. I have Herbert and Murray. Yikes. Yeah, that's pretty darn good.
That's
That's
great.
true. Yeah.
That would actually be hard. I would actually probably after
Don't
the
trade.
bye was done, I'd try to trade.
Yeah.
Don't trade.
Because every week you'd be torturing yourself. Ooh,
Yeah. Yeah.
which one of these guys is going to give me the 150 points?
I'm going to go get Tyler Bass, the kicker for Buffalo, because when they played the Jets, he got 26 points or something. I was like, okay, there you go. That's my guy. Actually, I kind of need a wide receiver, I think, because Lockett just doesn't give me enough points.
Not consistently, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
Every other week.
Spread his points out throughout the weeks, you'd be fine. But actually, I think he kind of won you your matchup this week. It wasn't looking projection-wise. It was looking like you were going to lose. And then he scored 55 or whatever. It's like, okay, I think I'm going to win.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a pleasant surprise. I mean,
that was a big win, too. That was taking down our first-place team.
Yeah.
Well, and Edmonds he was no slouch either, to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah, I remember looking at that. You had freaking Lockett, Edmonds, and I think one of your defensive players that were in that crazy game that ended up going to overtime. If I was Scooter, I'd just be sitting there stop it. Just stop. In this game, this is horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. It was, I have to admit. 57 points he gave me. I had more than his quarterback. Go ahead, Mark. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's no big deal. I was going to say, if you're looking for a wide receiver, I know I'm a homer, but Nelson Aguilar, he really,
Yeah, he's out there, I think, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got to be.
Yeah.
he's done really well.
Last 3 weeks, I think he's done pretty good.
First game of the year too against the Panthers too. I think, Mike. You know, he's having a great season.
Yeah, which is surprising
really is.
to me.
Yep.
Oh, wait, Jack, if you're trying to get Aaron Jones for those running backs we talked about earlier, I think I'd give up any of them. Maybe not James. James Robinson's straight up balling out, right?
He's not balling out, but he's doing pretty well.
He's like 6th in our league, I think.
Plus, is Aaron Jones is even playing this week? I mean, at least for 1 week. I know he might be doing that for long term, but I don't.
Yeah, I don't know if he's playing this week, but yeah, I guess if you're looking to build for the season, I mean, I maybe wouldn't give up Robinson, but I'd give up Jonathan Taylor or Chris Carson for Aaron Jones.
Mm-hmm. Wow, here's a big one. Who is safer, Cooper, Cup, or Parker? Also, I have Herbert and Murray bye week, and then I would trade them.
That's smart.
Oh, yeah.
Who is
safer? Cup's your safest out of those
Cup's
three.
gotta be. Just because the others with the quarterback synergy. We just don't know.
Cooper was like the safest thing in fantasy last year for the beginning of the season. He hadn't been too much. Who has Cup? You have him, don't you, Michael?
I do, yes.
He's up and down, though, isn't he?
He is. He's up and down. He's off and on, whatever, up and down, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, he's not.
Yeah,
definitely not.
He is the safer one. Yeah.
Yeah. He had 2 weeks in a row when he played Buffalo and Giants where he got over 20 points in our league. So, but like the week before, he only had 4, and then this one he had 11. So, I mean, in our league I know is a little different, but
yeah, it usually scores a little higher.
Yeah.
But not for wide receivers. It's pretty close for PPR.
Luke Carner, he says, do I trade Josh Jacobs or will he get better?
We'll
let Mark do this one.
The guy falls forward 5 yards. I mean, I've never seen and very rarely does he get tackled and just fall down. When he falls down, it's like Marcus Allen. He gets an extra 5 yards. So I don't know. It depends on who's blocking. I mean, if the Gabe Jackson might be suspended or taken out of game, I guess, for stepping on the guy's head or whatever.
It probably should be, rightfully so.
But whatever. If he's got somebody blocking, give him a little hole. It's inch of daylight. That's it.
He was such money last year. I would hang on to him.
And I think it's tough to say, like, trade him for what? Like, if you knew, like, or potential who you could get for him,
right.
I could probably give a better assessment. But I did pull up the Raiders' schedule and, like, the games left. They have a pretty cupcake schedule.
It gets easier, finally.
So, I mean, you got Cleveland, Chargers, Denver, Kansas City, but I mean, whatever. Maybe he doesn't do well there. Atlanta, the Jets, Colts, Chargers, Miami, and Denver again.
Yeah.
So Denver's got a good run D, though.
True, and I can give you those 2 games and say that those aren't going to be. But other than that, I don't think Jacobs gets like stumped again by any of those teams. Even Kansas City, I don't think. I mean, they might be down by too much.
Number one spot either. He's still the guy there. So
true.
Yeah.
True.
And that in and of itself has value in fantasy. Is if you've got the guy that's the guy, and then there's no guessing, he's worth hanging on to.
Yep.
Well, there you go.
They're a little bit more. They're a little harder to find than, like, you can go on the waiver wire every week, another wide receiver shows up, right? But running back not so much. Somebody's got to get hurt.
True.
Jack Anderson says, or do I trade for better wide receivers? Currently have Devontae Adams, Boyd, and Robbie Anderson.
Yeah,
I would try to replace Robbie, right?
Well, I mean, if because this is exactly what we've been talking about his running backs. He was the one trying to get Aaron Jones for Jonathan Taylor, Robinson, and Carson. So I think I like your wide receivers. I mean, I like your running backs too, to be honest.
Yeah, he is heavier on running backs, which is unusual.
Definitely wouldn't get rid of Adams, he says.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I could see trying to mix in Robbie Anderson. How's he been doing recently? I know he was doing really well for a while.
I got him too.
He's the most consistent out of all of them. I would keep him. I would keep Robbie.
Yeah, he's 10 points minimum.
Boyd's pretty consistent.
Yep, Boyd's your floor guy too.
I mean, for me in our league, like, Boyd gets like 20 a week.
That's nice. That's a nice
He had a
problem.
couple weeks of 8 and 7, but he also popped off for 30 and 22. So,
if you want, I would hang on, because if you want like that ceiling guy, I think Devontae Parker might turn into that with Tua.
Maybe. We don't know, right? Okay, so Seth says Kelsey or Fant, PPR. By the way, Chiefs against the Jets, I think they might blow them out. ND, then run and rest of the game. So
Yeah.
Don't sit Kelsey for what you should.
Right.
asking this
But still,
question.
I do think they get ahead. But once again, I think they get ahead big, and Kelsey's going to be a part of that.
He's always a part of it. Always.
Yeah, I
I
think
get
you
his question
can't sit
about the
Kelsey.
matchup. It's kind of like the same thing like with Mahomes. Tom probably will be right. He'll get pulled by the third or fourth quarter.
Yeah.
But I still think that means 50-plus fantasy points in our league. So, I'm okay with it.
And there's like 12 tight ends in Denver too. So. Yeah, Kelsey. You don't ever not play Kelsey.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if he plays half a game, you're still going to get the point.
True.
I've got Kittle and Hunter Henry, right?
Yeah.
I never said Kittle. That's stupid. So are
Yeah.
there weeks that Hunter Henry performed better than Kittle? A couple, actually.
Yeah.
But I'm still never sitting Kittle.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Because
That's
Kelsey
the same
can
thing
go out
with
there, especially from a tight end, go out there, and if he scores the first 2 touchdowns and then they bench him, well, you just won the tight end matchup. Easy.
Tight end of the week.
Yeah.
Unless, well, I don't know about that. Unless you're going up against Waller. Hey, Luke, thanks for subscribing. Appreciate that. Awesome.
Luke,
You know,
welcome.
my
We need
biggest
to
issue
tell
is that I was at the point of all right, it's time to drop Smith-Schuster. He's just not doing anything, and then he goes and does well this week
Yeah.
in fantasy, and I was like, is this a 1-week fluke? Now we have to wait probably 2 more weeks to see if he's actually going to be decent.
That's the fantasy players.
But the
It
thing
happens
is,
in
you put 'em in.
happens in baseball all the
this week.
time.
Yeah.
Happens in baseball all the time where you got a guy that goes 0 for 5 in 6 straight games. But
Yeah.
when he hits 3 home runs for you, you're like, well, dude, just
Right.
mix it up a little bit. Just every other game hit me home. Juju's going to let you down for 2 weeks and just do nothing.
Yep.
And then he's going to go and score 30, and you're like, damn it.
Yeah.
Now, one, I don't even want to drop him, and I have no idea when to play him.
Give
Right.
Ben a call. Give Ben a call. Find out if he's going to Claypool or if he's going to.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, Jeff, with Juju, and I pay attention to the Steelers.
Yeah.
Should I drop CD Lamb? But with Juju, he's going to get 6 or 7 targets, just a matter of whether they're in the end zone or not.
Yeah.
Right.
Drop CD Lamb. That would be hard to do.
I almost just want to
I'd
say
ride
yes.
that out. I'd ride it out, but once again, it just depends. Who are you picking up? Do you need help at another position?
Yeah.
But no, if you're dropping him for I don't know a lot of people I'd drop him for. But
Maybe he just wants to go short. No, I
Yeah.
don't trust.
I just don't want any Dallas player on my team.
Yeah.
Seem to have
That's
a
the
bad
point
juju
that I'm at.
going on,
I'm
and
good. I'm good not picking up anybody. I just don't want the embarrassment every week. Does it count against you? I
if
don't
you're
want
trying to
the
rid
minus-
yourself of Dallas players. Just go for it. Just drop him. Let somebody else have that cancer.
That's right. This podcast is almost making me want to watch NFL again. Almost. There you go. That's cool. I like that. How about just made it? What did I miss?
Oh,
Jimmy
nothing.
touchdown.
Well, let me start from the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on. Verbatim. This is what was said the whole time.
So we recap. All right.
Yeah.
I like the name though. Jimmy touchdown. That's pretty damn cool. I
Let me,
like that.
since the audience always asks us, let me ask the audience about Smith-Schuster. Would they drop him? They always ask us questions. So
True.
let's see what they got to
Chipper, you could always get a Pittsburgh lover and try to make a trade.
say. Yeah,
True. I'm dropping CD for Mike Evans. No, I would not do that. I really think Mike Evans is just getting written out of that offense.
Yeah. I think
But
they're
it is dependent on when Antonio Brown joins the team, and also if Godwin is healthy. I think he broke his finger or something last week, catching a touchdown.
yeah.
So
Out of those 2 players, oh crap. I wouldn't want to, I mean,
Not dropping Juju.
Not
Yeah.
dropping Juju. Okay.
First of all, look and see if you have any Dallas players and start there, drop them, and then go from there. Are there any wide receivers you recommend that I could get for Robbie?
Robbie Anderson. So
I don't know who's available, but I don't know who's
Well,
available. in the
He's
league.
probably talking
Trying to,
trading or picking up.
Yeah.
He's probably just talking about who you think.
Ayuk, but I wouldn't drop Robbie Anderson. Is he hurt?
No,
No.
he's good.
He's going to be fine. Robbie Anderson will be fine.
Yeah, he's good.
But let's just say the hypothetical, like maybe
He's talking about for a trade.
maybe Robbie Anderson's like the floor, since we said that he gets at least 10 fantasy points a game. But who is someone that maybe he could steal from
Someone that's on a rise that maybe somebody else.
like honestly, like Ayuk is a good. I think that's a good comparison. Let's say Debo is going to be out for the rest of the year. I probably would want Ayuk over Robbie Anderson the rest of the year.
Yeah. And who knows what will happen when McCaffrey comes back? He's going to take from all of them. Everybody that's getting targets right now is going to go down a little bit. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if Bridgewater is going to maybe a bridge over troubled water with that situation.
I don't know that he'll be better than Robbie Anderson, but I mean Fulgham I think is someone to look at.
You could look at that.
I was just thinking about that.
If he becomes the number one, then not that Robbie's the number one too, but I don't know.
So
he has Ayuk on his bench.
In our league, Tyler Boyd, McLaurin, Galladay, Keenan Allen, Justin Jefferson, they're all right there. Definitely could go.
I mean, if you could get Justin Jefferson, I don't know that you could get that for Robbie Anderson, but if you could, I would do that. That's super upside in my opinion.
Keenan Allen would be super upside too.
But Jack has Ayuk on the bench, so I think you leave that as is. Robbie can be your floor, and if you feel like Ayuk has a good matchup, then plug him in.
Seth says, on my bench I have Ravens D, Kyler Murray, and Cole Beasley. Who else am I supposed to drop for Chris Carson? It's the league where Carson is on a waiver.
You only have 3 bench spots? Probably no one out of them. No, that's probably why Chris Carson's available, because you only have 3 bench spots. If that's the case, I don't think I'm dropping any of them. Why is Ravens D on your bench? What, you got the Steelers?
I'd rather have Chris Carson than Cole Beasley, just because of the value of a running back. But Cole Beasley is going to do something for you every week,
and he has CD on the bench as well. You don't need Beasley and CD on your bench.
CD would be the first one that I dropped there.
Yeah, maybe that's what he was asking us before when he said, "Should I drop CD?" Like, was it? Maybe he was talking about for Chris Carson.
Yes.
So
I would do that.
I think I would get that.
Who's he with CD?
CD
Dallas.
Dallas.
Oh yeah, we already talked
player,
about that.
But he's like the 4th guy on the. Yeah.
Drop Cole, keep CD?
No, I would say drop Cole. CD, keep Cole.
Cole's in a much better spot.
Yeah.
The advice this year is, first of all, start out dropping Dallas players and then go from there. Just go from there after that.
It's not good advice, Michael.
All right, we got to get to picks. Let's go to our picks here. This is interesting. Panthers Falcons on Thursday night. Tomorrow night, Scooter's the only one that took the Falcons, but he's a homie. He's a homer on that one, so we get it.
Falcons could win that game.
I don't think they can, Tom. I think it's against their contract.
That's true.
Not in their contract.
They could. They're just not allowed to.
Yeah. Apparently, their running backs are taught to go ahead and just get the touchdown, so that way you give the game away. Apparently, so. Let's see. Let's look over here again. I have Murray, Henry, Jacobs, Amari, Juju, Lockett, and Joe Smith.
Yeah.
Is there anything I should change, because it feels like I've been getting lucky wins? Luke says.
You don't have lucky wins. You have a great team.
Yeah, that's pretty solid.
Yeah,
that's pretty solid.
The wide receiver core is very hit or miss. I mean, they hit more than they miss, but I mean, Lockett goes off for 57, but then he'll have a 5 the next week. Juju just can't seem to get consistent enough receptions. He gets the targets. Amari, I would have said,
he's been doing really well. Amari has, but now that the quarterback.
And then I like Jonnu Smith a lot, assuming that's the best tight end that you can get. I mean, like, I think if like a Dallas Goddard's out there available, I might pick him over Jonnu, but not necessarily. I mean, I wouldn't go like using waiver wire pickups for that or anything. I think you could look to maybe improve
the game easy though. You know.
Yeah, true.
Or he might give you 3 receptions for 15 yards.
I think you could try to sell Maury while he's hot.
That's not a bad idea.
I don't know, but I mean, everybody else knows that Dallas has on their third string quarterback too. But maybe
Find that guy that doesn't keep up that well in your league.
Yeah.
They
no idea what Dallas did.
We'll just look at numbers.
Wait a minute, I thought I just said this. Don't we start off by drop your Dallas player? I thought I mentioned. I don't know. Whatever. There we go. Should I drop Amari then?
Yeah.
That's what
To
Seth's
Seth's point, that is the one Dallas. Well, him and Ezekiel. That's the two Dallas players, I guess.
Yeah.
I wouldn't drop. Ride them out.
Yeah.
Try to trade him. I think that's best bet. Don't drop Amari, but try to trade him.
Sure.
True.
They're kind of like having Fitzpatrick. Just ride him out. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Thoughts on Hunter Henry?
Another one of those that's kind of like one of the best tight ends that you can have that aren't Kittle, Kelsey.
Yeah.
Waller.
That's a good tier 2 tight end.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
He gets a lot of targets, Hunter does. So that's like the best thing, really.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, I'd say he's a safe tight end. But he's not like a stud of the league.
But even having said that, since we're talking about thoughts on Hunter Henry, I personally would rather have like a Gronk right now. Not that I think Gronk's available in most leagues, but he actually was available in our friends league. I just picked him up earlier today. Gronk was.
Is he really?
But I think there's other people with higher upside than Hunter Henry because he seems to be kind of like that steady Eddie. But if Hunter Henry's your tight end for the rest of the year, you're sitting pretty too. So
Is that's the Chargers guy, right?
yeah.
yeah,
And what's his name's throwing to everybody and anybody. He's getting like massive amount of points. So you're gonna like Chipper just said, or you guys both said, targets are there.
Yeah. I mean, Hunter Henry is going to get you 4, 5, 6, 7 targets a game, which is about what you can ask for a tight end. So.
Yeah, Joey Sly as the kicker this week.
Sure.
yeah. Maybe he'll make a 70-yarder this week. You never know. Did y'all see that kick? I mean, I'm sure you did.
Yeah.
Probably watching the
Yeah.
game. That was
Rams
he
are-
only missed that by a yard.
Like
Huh?
as far as NFL or for this week's start? Because the Rams team is better.
Rams are about to get torched by Tua.
Yeah.
So you can't start that. Who the Eagles got?
Yeah, to Dallas.
Oh, yeah, Eagles.
Start Eagles, 100%.
Yeah.
There's at least hope that Tua is a good quarterback. I don't even know who the third string. I don't even remember his
Danucci.
name.
The
Danucci.
Eagles
Yeah,
front
he's
four is
not.
good. They're going to sack the crap out of
I went and picked him up, Danucci. I figure he was gonna be the new Dallas.
What if he
Just-
does come up in there and he's an absolute stud?
I dropped Herbert and went and got Danucci.
Yeah.
All right, picks. Let's get to the Chipper. I think this is reverse psychology on this one. This is what I'm. This is because you've picked Cincinnati every single week, and you took the Titans this week. Everybody took the Titans.
But I've also said that since last year, Titans were my pick to win it all this year, and so I'm sticking
true.
by that.
Okay, all right. So that's why you went that route. I was curious if you were using reverse psychology or something. I wasn't sure what was going on because he picked those damn Bengals every single time.
He
So,
don't like the Bengals. He's in love with Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I like Burrow.
all right. I'm gonna spotlight you, Mark, on this one. Sorry, because it's the Kansas City Chiefs against the Jets. Mark has taken the Jets.
Nice.
I don't think Kansas City is going to cover the 20 points. So that's my fun.
Oh, they might not cover the 20.
Well,
Yeah.
that's my fun pick of the week. That they're not going to cover.
Fun pick of the week.
Is that what, is it up to 20 now?
Yeah, I don't know.
That is a ridiculous number.
Yeah, but by the end of the week, Tom, that could even be higher.
I mean, it could be.
It really could.
Yeah.
Crazy
Jets-
thing is, I think they cover it.
I mean,
Cover too.
nobody's betting on it.
Jets are actually better off just getting COVID and staying home. I'm just kidding. That's a joke. Anyway, okay, so Pittsburgh, I'm the only one that took Baltimore. I told you why. I think, this is the game that Pittsburgh – I don't think Pittsburgh's going to lose a lot of games. This is the only one that I think. It's a division game. It's at Baltimore. I know that doesn't matter this year too much, but it's just kind of where I'm going, and that is my mark my words, and I could be totally wrong on that. So
Chipper,
I mean,
I'm buying your beer.
yeah,
Not his, huh?
yeah, that's right. That's
I mean,
right.
read into it whatever you want to, but
So it is a battle against us two sitting right here. We'll decide who buys the beer. All right, so we have Steven, the lone wolf on this one.
Let's
For
go.
those Miami Dolphins against the Rams.
Easy. They're the division winners.
Here you go.
They're
Go ahead.
going to win it. Yeah.
Division. Here you go. You're
Tua
solo.
comes out. The Rams aren't ready for it.
Yeah.
Tua balls. And if we're going to win the division, we got to do it now. So.
What about
For somebody-
Fitzmagic?
for somebody who looks just like Ryan Fitzpatrick, that's pretty
True.
cool.
True.
Yeah, that's
I
that
actually
is
do
true.
love Ryan Fitzpatrick, and I'm a little sad the way that happened
Yeah,
That's true.
because I thought he was kind of like doing pretty darn well with a
he was a lot of fun.
average team.
I love to watch.
But I'm super excited. Like I just thought it was like going to be like hand the team off to Tua next year.
Yeah.
Like
Give him
show
some
him how to do it. Like show
or
him
when
the
the season
ropes.
was lost, as soon
Right.
as the season was lost,
Right.
Yeah. Give him experience in COVID, though. I mean, this is the year to do it, in my opinion. This is apparently Dallas is experimenting.
But once again, like if Ryan Fitzpatrick was playing bad, I'm okay with
No,
the
I
switch
agree with
this
that.
week. But
Yeah.
like he was playing well. Like
Mhm.
granted, against the Jets, I think it was their last game because they had a bye last week. He did throw like 3 picks, which is pretty embarrassing. But
Yeah. Seth says Kyler's on a bye. Who should my waiver quarterback be?
Well,
Do we have?
Herbert, if he's available.
throw out some options on what your waiver
Yeah.
would be. So,
Let's see. Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
yeah, that's his next one.
Bridgewater,
Oh.
Garoppolo, Carr, Danucci, Mayfield, Foles, Big Ben, or Rivers. What?
Danucci. Give him a shot.
Dallas.
Carr could put up big numbers.
Who?
Carr.
Yeah, that's
Honestly,
true.
Garoppolo could because that might be a shootout.
Yeah.
Actually, I think Rivers doesn't always give a lot of points, but he's definitely going against a game that I think he's going against the Lions.
I would rule out Danucci, Mayfield, Foles. And honestly, I would rule out Big Ben just for the simple point that he is facing the Ravens defense.
That matchup.
I do think they're going to win that game, but I don't know that he's going to do super well.
Bridgewater has a great
Bridgewater.
matchup.
That's what I was going to say against Atlanta. Bridgewater really.
Yeah, but
I
they're-
got the Pittsburgh Steelers winning 45-3 here. So if you believe in my call, then I'd start Big Ben. If you believe in me, that is. I don't know.
True. But
That's funny.
honestly, the Falcons' defense is actually not bad since their coach got fired.
Yeah,
Like I would have thought the Lions. I know they're not like the most explosive, but you would have thought they would have put up 40
Bridgewater.
points. But they didn't.
That's my only. I'm throwing that out there. I think that's seriously the biggest matchup as far as getting points. I think, in my opinion, just whatever that's.
I'm
worth.
saying Garoppolo or Carr. Probably Carr.
Yeah, I'd say Bridgewater or Carr.
How does Carr do like week to week?
Just pretty good.
He does pretty good.
Yeah.
He's playing Cleveland. Cleveland's on a
yeah.
winning streak.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd play Carr.
All right, back to picks. Here we go. Everybody is taking Green Bay over the Vikings.
Smart.
Yeah, I mean that kind of says it all. Patriots. Everybody's afraid to take the Patriots. So Buffalo. Everybody has Buffalo on that one. It's at Buffalo.
Smart.
Smart.
Everybody has the Raiders at Cleveland Browns. Everybody.
They just lost their best player. They're already down their second best player.
They came off a nice win, but it was a close game against the Bengals.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they really had to fight for that win,
Mhm.
and that's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah. No, you're right. And Raiders are second in their division only because the Chiefs are in their division. But
I mean, and I think the Raiders are at least a good team.
Yeah,
I don't
no, I
think
agree.
Cleveland is like remotely that.
no, that's a good point. You know, the Eagles are winning their division because they have a tie. Does anybody realize?
That's kind of
Honestly, it looks like a runaway for him at this point.
Could be.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I mean,
don't
Dallas
know.
is
Washington,
they're not good. They beat Dallas.
they had a huge win though.
They beat Dallas. Like the Giants are horrible. Dallas at this point, no Dak, is abysmal.
Yeah,
Washington
But
is
just
super
watch
bad.
this
but
week. Now
can beat
Philadelphia's
them.
going to have a huge win, and then you're going to be like, "Look at Philadelphia." Anybody that gets Dallas is going to do well.
yeah. Can someone rate this trade? Receive Julio Jones for Cooper and Ayuk.
Didn't we do this one?
Yeah, we looked at this one.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's a good
I think
question.
that's a great.
I think we're gonna come up with the same answer.
Yeah. Well, I think we decided we like it, but like either way, it just depends on more what you need.
Yeah.
If you need depth at wide receiver, then yeah, go for Cooper and Ayuk. If you just are looking to get that stud, then snag Julio.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. Am I starting Ayuk over Robbie or Boyd this week?
No,
That Robbie and
think you
Boyd are
can.
your consistent guys. Ayuk, if you're
And if there's one weakness of that Falcons team, and I know there's more, but if the main one is that secondary. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Robbie probably is going to torch them. I don't think I'd sit Boyd
because
ever.
Boyd's playing against what, the Titans? Is that right?
yeah,
Oh,
they're
they
going
just-
to be
They
down.
throw the
They're
ball.
going to be passing per usual.
and that's
Yeah.
his comfort. Boyd is his comfort. guy.
San Francisco is playing Seattle. Is that right?
Yeah, and they can pass too.
So yeah, if you're pretty solid with your other two wide receivers, which it sounds like you might be, if you've got these players, if you're with your other two starters, then I'd probably take a shot with Ayuk just for he has more upside. I mean, he could any of those guys could go off though, really. Robbie could go off.
True.
So if you want, like, I mean, Robbie and Boyd have proved consistently throughout the year that they will do well every week.
Yeah.
Ayuk is still up in the air, but he has, I guess, maybe a greater upside because of that, because we haven't seen him for as long. But so me personally, I start Robbie and Boyd, but Ayuk, if you just want to go for the gusto here and hope he
Robbie's
has a killer week.
definite in that whole group there.
Who?
Robbie.
Rob-
'Cause he's
yeah.
got floor and ceiling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Why is Robert Griffin third not starting quarterback? Is he not good or injury prone or what? I think he's 45 years old. No, I'm just
No,
kidding.
no, no.
I'm kidding.
I think it's kind of a combo of all of that, but probably more than anything now, it's confidence, and probably due to the injuries.
Yeah.
But when Robert Griffin was good, it was, and not to say like
He wasn't
teams
afraid to
couldn't
run.
do this. Yeah, he wasn't afraid to run, and like I mean, well, he's the backup for Baltimore still.
Yeah.
So obviously they have an offense built for a running quarterback. But even when you see him in there,
Yeah.
he does not look like the old Robert Griffin. He just looks like a shell of himself. Whether it's he's scared to get hurt or he doesn't
I
want
want
to
to
take
say
the
he's
big
even
hit.
said that too. Is that he's like a little nervous every time he gets on the field because of his past injuries.
Seth, I was just kidding, Seth.
Yeah.
He's here in footsteps.
I mean, I'm surprised they haven't put Troy Aikman in at Dallas yet.
Yeah.
Pull him out of the booth
But-
and just make him go down and quarterback in
Yeah,
Dallas.
Seth, I mean,
That's a
I
whole
think there
year.
might be some teams that he could be, but you'd have to. I think the only way Robert Griffin is even like remotely good is if you have one of those offenses that's the game plan is options is RPOs like.
Yeah.
But
He
then
will
again,
get
I just
more
don't think
offense.
he's confident enough to do all of that anymore. Like, I think a defense I would look and be like, he's not going to run on us. He's scared to run. So that kind of takes out half of Robert Griffin's game.
Well, right now, Dallas is looking. No, I'm just kidding.
Honestly, I mean, probably worth a shot.
I mean, what can't hurt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They should just try a new quarterback every week.
Yeah, I don't know. You got Degucci or Danucci or whatever his name is, whatever. So, all right, we are totally split. The Colts and Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
Steven, Mark, and Scooter took the Lions. All the rest of us took the Colts. I guess we're just. Is that more of? Do you think that's more of? Hey, I trust Rivers over.
I think they're just even teams.
Yeah.
What it is?
Because I mean, I was debating it, but
Swift.
Detroit's just like
Swift.
always not so good for me. And then the Chargers, if it was last year, I would have taken the Chargers for sure. But like they're kind of whatever
This
this
is
year.
Colts.
Or yeah, my bad. Colts is what I meant.
Yeah, same thing. Rivers, Colts. We just think of it the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steven, you haven't mentioned your man crush this week.
I know. I think he's got a. I don't know that he's going to ball out this week. The Colts defense is decent, but he'll have 15 fantasy points again, and I'll take that all day.
Okay, so the next game we all took the Chargers, but I think we all took the Chargers because of Herbert. I really believe that.
Yeah.
I don't
'Cause
think
he's
Denver's
playing-
good.
I also think Denver's
true,
pretty
but I'm-
bad.
Yeah, but I mean that's what I'm saying. Especially, I thought their defense was so much better.
I didn't pick him because of Herbert. I picked him because
Yeah, same.
they both have pretty good defenses. Denver's defense actually a little bit better, but their offense sucks so bad. And
But to your point, Dad, I mean,
second year and just Herbert's better, but you also don't. I mean, Philip Lindsay's out. You're banged up.
Tim
Damn.
Patrick might not play as well.
Right.
but to your point, Dad, I probably would have picked the Chargers against a lot of teams this week. I'll ride this Herbert train for as long as it can go. I mean,
Mhm.
I don't even know that he's not even obviously undefeated while he's been balling out. But I mean, if you give me a reasonable matchup and who they play, I'll probably pick the Chargers in the coming weeks.
Yeah, they can
Unless
beat-
if he goes and lays a dud against the Broncos, then I'll have a change of heart. But
Yeah,
I think it was like, oh, Herbert did well last week, and the Broncos are really bad. So
yes, and yes. Or this Seth guy's got a great team.
yeah.
or Travis Fiegelman.
You're going to start AJ Brown for sure, and DJ Moore against Atlanta. That's why I'd start those two. But I don't fold at all.
I think they must have like a 30-person league or something. It's only a 4-team league, and they got like 30.
And if it's like a pick one out of all these, then AJ Brown's your for sure pick.
If it was pick 2,
who's he
Fulgham
against?
and Brown.
Who's AJ?
Brown. I like
Bengals.
DJ Moore because of the matchup.
He's
though.
against Cincinnati's defense.
Yeah, that's true. That's pretty strong. And all of us, no one took the Bears this week. I wonder why. And it's the Saints because we took the Saints. That was the easy one. We can pass right back. Okay, so we're kind of sort of split on this one. The Niners, we have 2 people taking the Niners. That's Chipper and Mark.
Yep.
Everybody else took Seattle. So you guys thinking the Niners are the real deal, huh?
I think they're back to their old form. That's what I was kind of saying earlier on in this show. And I think Seattle's defense can easily get exposed. So I think 49ers are just a better team, and Seattle's their run of being great is over.
My thing on San Francisco Seattle is that the matchup. San Francisco is a running defense team. Russell Wilson can score on anybody, and the San Francisco, if they're forced to pass it, which you have to with Seattle because it's so easy to pass on them and you have to catch up with them, I don't think they keep up. That's my thing.
Yeah,
What do you think, Mark? What do you think, Mark? Why'd you take San Francisco?
Because I think it's San Francisco against Russell Wilson. I don't think Russell Wilson can. I mean, can ride it all the way. I mean, it's San Francisco's like he's saying is showing. They're through their preseason and they're starting to show the team that they were last year. I think. I agree.
And you don't have the 12 player, so
Yeah. That's a division game, so who knows? I mean, these guys.
I almost went
Right. I think it'll be a
49ers.
really good game.
I almost went 49ers due to like momentum. I think 49ers are on a high, and Seattle just lost their first game.
Yeah.
But then again, kind of the same reasons we all kind of thought Rodgers was going to pop off this week.
Mhm.
I don't think Russell Wilson goes and throws 3 picks again.
Right.
And if you're telling me he's not going to throw 3 picks, then I'm picking Russell Wilson most of the time.
yeah, I got you.
So I think 49ers can win this game if they keep him off the field.
True.
They don't have their running backs out there.
I mean, as long as they don't get down quick and they can run the ball, they can eat clock, they can play the slow game, 49ers win.
Right.
But if Seattle somehow just gets up ahead 14, 21 nothing or something like that, then they could run away with it.
I like what Seth says. Seth says, this is a different league. All the players I've mentioned are not in the same league. So
Oh, God. It's like this guy.
Yeah.
I get the first 10 picks, and then you guys start drafting.
So he says AJ Brown, AJ Green, DJ. Apparently, you have to have a J in your name.
Yeah.
T.Y. Hilton, DK Metcalf, or KJ Hamler.
Or just a 2-letter first name. What
Yeah.
the hell?
That's with initial.
Yes.
That is funny.
It is funny.
How many are we picking out of this? 4.
Pick
So
4.
not Hamler, ruling him out. I just don't like the Broncos enough.
AJ Brown for sure.
AJ Brown for sure, good matchup.
DJ Moore got a good matchup. DK Metcalf.
DK Metcalf, you have to because he's a monster.
Yeah.
And Hilton's the only one that freaking on that team, isn't he? Who else is on the team?
So your fourth guy, I would probably go with AJ Green. He's actually
I go AJ Green.
Yeah.
I'm actually starting him this week too.
Are you? He's had a couple of good games.
Yep.
And
He's
then-
finally getting some targets. I think Burrow's starting to figure out how to pass downfield with this terrible O-line. I don't know how, but he's able to. But AJ Green's starting to pick it up.
We know you're in love.
True.
I really think this is a surprise that no one's picking the Cowboys this week, but we all went with the Eagles.
It's America's team.
And the last one, like I said it before, I'm really, really surprised that you guys are taking Tampa Bay over the Giants. I'm sorry. I just thought you would just.
There's hate, but then there's also being a realistic hater.
Yeah.
Like I can hate, yeah, I can hate Brady all I want, but when he plays the Giants or something, the Jets,
Honestly,
I'm
for the
not
Brady
picking
haters,
against Brady.
For the Brady haters, this could be a win-win. He could throw 4 picks and get hurt, and they would still win by 2 scores. Like, it doesn't matter how Brady performs.
Right.
Like, the Giants are super bad.
So you're saying I should play Bradbury this week then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they can call Jameis Winston back because he will throw 4 picks and just let it go.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to be an interesting week. It will not be a fun Monday Night Football, I don't think, though. Tampa Bay and Giants. And really, Dallas, Philadelphia won't be. I mean, you know what? It's going to just be watching a shit show on Sunday night.
So this week, after such a great Sunday night game, and then you had to sit through Monday.
Yeah.
It was such a, I mean, like halftime, I was like, okay, going to bed.
Yeah, I don't think I really watched the Monday night.
I mean, the only thing that keeps me hanging on a Monday night game like that is like to see like Michael's game. I was watching his fantasy game. Just
Yeah.
That's what keeps me watching it. But other than that, I go to bed.
Yeah, that was, what was it? That was locked Sunday night, right? I mean, wasn't that the game that?
Yeah, that was Sunday
night game. Yeah,
that was awesome.
That was Bears and somebody else on Monday.
Who was it? Bears and somebody else, not worth
and no one.
Rams. Bears and Rams.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The Bears. Yeah, that was just it was a sleeper. It was a sleeper. And I think this Monday is going to be the same way, be honest with you. Maybe Daniel Jones can run for a touchdown and make it this time.
Yeah. I think even if he does that, they're down 30 at that point.
That's
so Stevens, mark my words, are Tom Brady throws 4 picks. Daniel Jones rushes for a touchdown. And they still lose the game.
The Bucs still win by 2 scores.
Daniel Jones has a 90-yard touchdown. They still lose.
He's got a lot of numbers in there. We need to start writing these down.
Yeah.
That's a lot of numbers that we need to work.
If all that happens, it will be a fun game.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Because everybody and all you guys that are watching this, anybody that's watching, write all that down and see if it all pans out. See if it comes out that way. That'd be really fun to see.
I'll take a shot for everyone that I got wrong.
Yeah. That's awesome. All right, guys, listen, we are past time. Thank you guys for coming and joining and asking your questions. Makes this a lot of fun. We just love to have some fun, and it's great to get all that. Seth, come on back with all your 15 leagues or whatever it is that you got. That's cool. I love
He's just got the best team known to man.
He's in a league of his own.
it.
He's like, I've won every matchup so far.
League.
Literally a league of his own.
It's a two-man league, but he's the two men on both sides. I love
Should I
it.
trade with my other team to make this one team better?
This week I would, yes. I do. No, that's good stuff. Thank you guys. We appreciate you guys coming out. We really do appreciate it. Thank you guys in here for doing this. Is a lot of fun. It's kind of nice to be able to, I mean, kind of stuff that we do anyway is talking junk about football, right?
Right.
Thanks, folks. Come join us. Anybody, if you ever want to come in, just let me know that too, and we'll let you come on in and talk with us too. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. I'm going to end the broadcast.